Hello, welcome to Team Sleepy Ramsay and welcome back to another video. Today is just not like any other video. It's my birthday. Yeah, it is. So, if you're thinking I'm in my night dress, in my room, not doing anything, just on my laptop, doing the most favorite thing, working, drinking water and hydrating. Why am I doing this? It's my birthday. Cause I wanted to do these things, guys. I wanted to do these things. What are you gonna do early in the morning? Who's going to go out of the house, do what, party or something so early in the morning? By the way, night dresses at the back, so don't mind, cause those are like my clothes, which none of the underwears, guys, is just normal clothes what human beings wear. By the way, mom gifted me a watch, so I'm so happy about it. Um, and if you think, what am I doing? It's my birthday, I should get up, go out, do something. No, I don't want to. I want to stay at home and do my favorite thing is be on my laptop, watch films and sleep. That's my favorite thing to do in the mornings. So, just to give you a disclaimer, there are a lot of things that I've learned over the years and over the past few years, and I've not written all of them because those will be like 1,000 facts. Because I'm turning 20 today, I thought I should tell 20 facts about me that I have learned, I have achieved over the past few years that I want to share with you. Just 20 because I'm turning 20. I've finished my teenage years, done and dusted. I can't even bother to sit and think what I did, but I can always be grateful for all the things that I've achieved and all the things that I'm grateful for. So here I am sharing with you all the 20 facts that I have learned and achieved over the past few years. Let's get into the video. Right, so what was I going to say? I was going to tell you something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, tonight we're going out for dinner and get some drinks because tomorrow we are not working. Neither am I nor my mom is working. So we're going to get some food and some drinks, which I'm very excited about. And I'm excited also actually about the morning because I don't have much to do really, and I'm very excited to watch my favorite films, web series, and sleep and drink my water and get my favorite food because my mom made biryani and chapli kebab last night. So, sorry, that's my lunch. And we're gonna have dinner outside, so I'm really excited and looking forward to it. And I'm gonna get dressed well, so yeah, makeup and everything. But you're seeing the most, by the way, you're seeing me in my most favorite zone. So this is the best birthday ever because I'm getting to do what I love the most, is just sleep and do nothing. And I'm very excited to do that, by the way. It's don't take it wrong. I really wanted to do this. Right. So my mom said, you know what? Get yourself to do that. If you want to do that, do it. So that's what I'm doing, sharing with you. And you're the most favorite thing that I'm doing right now because that's the best part of my morning. I made a reel on my Instagram. If you haven't seen, go and see that reel. It's a birthday reel that I just made a few minutes ago. So yeah. But now I'm going to share 20 facts about me. So let's get started. Okay, the first point is becoming mature. What do I mean by when I say becoming mature? I have grown a lot over the past few years and learned a lot from it. And I've made mistakes, but I've learned. And it's made me so much more mature and so much more proud of myself with whatever I've done. So yeah, becoming mature is one point. Obviously, if you're 20, you have to learn to be mature because you're an adult, you've finished your teenage years, and now you have a different lifestyle, no, nothing much different, but yeah, you know what I mean. So many times I've said, you'll get crazy now. Okay, the next thing is gain perspective. I've gained perspective on a lot of things, and honestly, growing up is the best part of your life because you learn so much. But when you're younger, your parents are doing everything for you and you don't have any clue what's happening in the world. But honestly, I'm very grateful for my mom to have left me at a very young age and told me, Saina, do what you think is right for you. Even if you make mistakes, don't regret because you learn a lot from it. So yeah, I've gained perspective on loads of stuff. Next is learning to be patient. I think patience is one thing that we all struggle with growing up. Not just growing up, but even like people of the age of 40, 50, they're still struggling with patience. I think that's one thing that we all should sit down and take a breather. And oh, my laptop's gone off. Sit down and take a breather and not allow yourself to be too impatient, because sometimes impatience can lead to making loads of mistakes. So I believe that be patient, you'll be happier. Number 4 is learning not to give up. Keep a count. If I miss any point, you let me know. Keep a count. This is my number 4th one. Learning not to give up. There have been loads of situations in my life where I just couldn't handle the situation and was just giving up on things. I'm like, no, things won't happen. There was a time when we were going through a certain issue in our life, and honestly, I couldn't handle it because I was mentally so depressed, and I thought we'll never come out of it. But funnily, we did, and fortunately, we did. So I'm really happy, and that situation in my life taught me not to give up on things easily, because sometimes giving up on things easily will not teach you to be patient. So all these things will lead you to be mature. Wow, I put it so nicely. Next thing, number 5 is learning to love myself. Yeah, it's true, because growing up I've had so much body image issues. I've always looked at myself in the mirror and thought that I'm so ugly, because I've always been a little healthier, a little fat side, but now I've learned to accept it, because you cannot give up your favorite foods, you cannot give up your sleep, you cannot just give up cakes and chocolates. How can you? So I've just learned to accept it, that whatever I eat, I shouldn't feel guilty about. There are a few times in my life I've eaten maybe a couple of extra slices of pizza and been like, oh my god, I've eaten so much. But honestly, don't regret it. If you've eaten it, you've eaten it. Done and dusted. Don't eat for next couple of hours, but just don't regret it, because sometimes regretting can lead to so many things in your mind. You'll start to think stuff that a normal girl shouldn't, like a normal person shouldn't think, leave alone girl, a boy also shouldn't think. But now when I look at myself in the mirror, I actually feel like, I shouldn't blame myself for the way I look, because there are some things that are not within your control. There are few times that I have overeaten in situations where I couldn't have control over my eating because of how I'm feeling. Sometimes feeling bad can lead to overeating, anxious eating, which is fine. But at the same time, you shouldn't feel like, oh shoot, I've done some. I was going to say whatever, but I'm like, I shouldn't have eaten that much. But it doesn't matter. If you've eaten it, forget about it. Don't feel guilty. Move on. There could be another day that you have not eaten too much. There could be days you've eaten too much. It's fine. It's a part and parcel of life. So learn to accept yourself and love yourself. Being fat is not just only eating and being fat. It could be any reasons. It could be health reasons. Fortunately, and touch wood, I don't have that issue. I overeat sometimes, so that's why I'm like this. But I'm happy because many people say that, oh, you're so cute. So I've learned to accept myself, and honestly, you know what? I think I'm cute. Now I do, after all these years of not accepting myself. Okay. Number 6 is I've changed 2 jobs, which I'm grateful about, because in India you don't get, at the age of like 19, 20, you don't get jobs very easily. But here I do have one job now, and I did change one job, and I did change the job because of XYZ reasons, and I'm grateful that I did, because if I didn't, then today the job that I have I wouldn't love as much. Now I work in Domino's, as you know, so I'm really grateful that I do have a job, and touch wood, I'm happy there. So yeah, I love that. Next, number 7 is studying in a university abroad. That is something that is one of the most biggest achievements of my life. Certainly, I don't know about anything else. My mom has worked really hard to put me through university in the UK. And honestly, it's been a very long journey for my mom and a dream of hers to put me through a university here, and it's been an achievement for me, because honestly I wouldn't have even expected to have studied here. When I was in the 11th grade though, I didn't know that I was going to study abroad. Coming here and studying here happened after the 12th grade. Like once we got our results for the 12th grade, I was thinking I'm going to study in like an NSHM in India, or I'm going to do business management or something, because I didn't have a goal. But thanks to my mom, she cleared that path for me, and she taught me to be straightforward and look to a future and have a goal. So I'm so grateful to my mom that I'm here studying abroad in a university, in a reputed university. So that's me. I'm really grateful. Number 8 is worked hard for iPhone. So I have an iPhone that I have worked hard for, and I'm paying the debt for it even now. So I've got the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I'm so grateful because I'm paying for it. This is the first time I have given myself the most luxurious thing that a girl like me could have ever expected to even have. Because me 2 years ago, oh, my battery on my laptop is low. 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't have expected to have got an iPhone. All the phones that I got before this was Samsung or Nokia or something, Oppo, Vivo. I've had all of that. But I've given myself, for the first time for my birthday, I gave myself an iPhone, which I am so grateful for. And by the way, I didn't give it for my birthday. I gave it like 1 month before my birthday. So last month I gave this phone to myself, and I worked very hard for it. And I'm still working hard to pay this phone, pay the money for this phone. But yeah, I'm very grateful. Number 9 is learning to do adulting. Learning to pay the rent of the house. Learning to pay the money for the gas, the electricity, the council tax, everything. That's adulting. I'm doing all of that because my mom, she handles her work because she's done it all her life. When we were in India, she was doing everything for me. The adulting bit, she was doing it. But this time, we've come here and I am doing it because I took the responsibility for it. I told my mom, listen, here it's very different. Let me handle it. You just do your work. I'll handle the situation. So I'm very grateful that I did take that responsibility because I've learned so much, and I'm still learning, obviously. Number 10 is controlling anger. I still can't get about doing it, but I'm trying to control my anger because sometimes anger leads to so many issues in your life. And I get angry very easily. I don't know why, but I'm just controlling on it, like curbing on it. So yeah, learning not to get angry very easily. Number 11 is being grateful about small things. So I try and be grateful for tiny things as much as possible, because being grateful is one of the best things that a human being can do, really. Just being completely having the gratitude for all the little things that you've achieved and done in your life. I read a quote the other day which says, stop focusing on the stress and start to see, what was this? I forgot the quote. It said, stop focusing on how stressed you are and start focusing on how blessed you are. That's the best quote that I have ever seen in the past couple of years. Honestly, it's one of the best quotes that I have ever come across so far. So yeah, just start counting your blessings, not how stressed you are. Honestly, just be grateful. Number 12 is reading books. So I've achieved and gained the power to be able to read books. My mom used to tell me in the last couple of years and say, I couldn't teach you how to read books. No, I know how to read, but in the sense to become like a bookworm or something like that, she couldn't get me to read books at all. But last year somehow I just started reading books, and I'm hooked on to them now, and I read loads of them. So I'm so grateful for that. Number 13 is singing more often. I used to sing when I was younger, But I stopped singing and I didn't focus on it anymore because of all the work and studies that was happening in the last couple of years. So I just stopped singing. I didn't focus on it. But I have started singing again, and I'm focused on it a lot more because it's very therapeutic as well, and it's very important to not give up on your hobbies so easily. So yeah, I'm getting back to singing again, not professionally, but I sing on my own, and I take more time out to do a lot more singing. Number 14 is started to work out. So in the lockdown I did start working out, then I stopped working out, then I started working out again, I stopped working out, but I'm going to start working out very soon again. And I work out like once or twice a week at least. I don't get time, but I try to put in, but at least I have started to work out, like, at least that bit I started. Number 15 is adjusting through lockdown. So yeah, in my lifetime I have faced COVID, which was like wow, because we were in lockdown and we didn't have the last year of school farewell and all of that. We didn't have, so we didn't even give our 12th boards, by the way, so we were the luckiest batch ever. So yeah, adjusting through lockdown was hard, but we got through. And I think lockdown was the main time where we all learned a lot more than we'd even probably learn without the lockdown. And I started working out during lockdown, so that's nice. Right. Number 16, making mistakes and learning from them without being guilty. So I learned, in fact, this year I learned that if you make mistakes, don't feel guilty that you did make mistakes, because you're learning from them, and that's the most important thing ever. So make mistakes, make more mistakes. You're a human being. Try not to make them, but if you make them, don't feel guilty, because it's important to learn from them, and it's important that it's important that as a human being, you keep learning every single second of your existence. So it doesn't matter how hard it is, just don't feel guilty if you make a mistake. Remember that. Number 17 is learning to say no. I think this is the biggest thing that we all suffer, because we commit to something and then we are like, I can't do it, but I have to because I've already committed to doing it. If you cannot do it, say no. Do not commit. It's fine. If a person feels bad that you didn't do something for them, it's all right. It's human nature. They will feel bad. But you have to learn to say no. If you feel that you don't want to do something and you're not finding happiness through not doing it, don't do it. Say no, straightforward, move on. That's life, I think. Not feeling guilty to say no. It is very, very important. Say no and move on. Good job. Learn from it. Mistakes learned. Okay. Number 18 is crying without caring. I wrote this because I believe that when we cry, we are like caring. Somebody is looking at us. Oh my God, I can't cry. No. If I'm at a public place and I feel like crying and I'm feeling sad, I will cry. I will not hesitate to not cry, because crying is healthy. Crying makes your face look beautiful. And they said, do not cry, do not waste your tears and all of that, But if you feel like crying, you know what? Just cry. It's better. It makes you feel lighter. It makes you feel happier. So cry without caring. Number 19, which I also learned, by the way. I'm not saying you do it. I learned. Number 19 is loving and forgiving. So just love everybody and forgive the mistakes, because you make mistakes as well. And honestly, making mistakes is not wrong, like I said. But you have to forgive people who make mistakes, because everybody is a human, and everybody can make mistakes, and everybody has the right to make mistakes. So just forgive and move on. That's what I believe. And only love for people. There shouldn't be hate, because you know what, life is very short. I'm 20. I've turned 20 today, and I believe that life is very short. So I'm grateful that I lived up to 20 years to see this day, and there are many people who die so young that they haven't lived life, nothing of that sort, and they've just taken off. And honestly, there is a regret always in your heart if you do not live your life the way you want to. My way of living is loving and forgiving, so I will regret, in the next life, when I go on to the next life, I will regret that I didn't live the way I wanted to in the past. So live the way you want to. Love, forgive, do not care about things that don't concern you, and just be you'll automatically be happy. So, and number 20 is saying sorry for the mistakes I've made. So if I've hurt somebody, I do not feel guilty to say sorry. Sometimes it does hurt me to say sorry, even though I know that I haven't made the mistake, but I'm still saying sorry. But you know what you learn from it is, it doesn't hurt to say sorry. Really, if you look back and think about it, it doesn't hurt to say sorry, because it doesn't make you small. It's just like you're saying sorry because you thought you made a mistake, and because you're a nice person, so you say sorry. Not that bad people don't say sorry, but not that anybody is bad. But what I mean to say is, saying sorry will not make you an ant. Even an ant says sorry to another fellow ant. So just say sorry, finish the matter, and move on. And honestly, you'll find that you're so much more secure in your life. If you consider all these points for yourself, I would recommend that you highly consider them, because it helps. It makes you so much more happier. So those were my 20 points, and it took me a lot of time to write them. And like, if you can see them, it took me a lot of time to write them, but it sort of these points changed me for the best, I think. So just try doing it in your personal life, and you will be a better person. And honestly, when you're a better person, you feel happier, you feel secure, you feel mature. So just do it if you feel like. And I hope you like this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and leave me a little happy birthday message. It'll change my day, and it'll make me so much more happier. So yeah, not that I'm forcing you to say happy birthday, but I'm just saying leaving a little message will sort of make me want to make more videos, maybe. I don't know. But I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and until we meet, toodles.